We got the beef.
Illustrations by me.
So my wife did a wonderful job this year of getting the list that I had to other people, especially in her family. We do the little, everybody gets each other a little something, even if it's something small, we just do that for each other. My family, not so much. I get something for my mother and my stepfather and my father, but everybody else just pretty much does their own thing. We understand that. It's not a rule. Sometimes you get something for someone, sometimes you don't. Not a big deal. But because I have a list, and I say, here, if you want to get me something, you want to have someone get me something, give them this list. And she did a great job of passing out the list. So I got some things that were on my list. Wonderful. I'm going to show them to you today. Okay, so I just want to say first, I know before I said that someone sent me a guitar, I was going to do some art on it. I'm not doing that video as of right now. I ran my hand up and down the edge of the frets, the neck of the guitar, the frets were sticking out. And I don't know if you can see that, but it kind of sliced up my hand a little bit, my finger. I sent them a message. I said, listen, I'm sorry. I cannot recommend the guitar. I'm not going to do a positive review on it, so I'm not going to put in all the effort of painting the edges. If it was a halfway decent guitar and I was able to say, hey, this is something good that you can get, and here's how you do art on it, then I might have done that. But I'm not going to do that because it really wasn't good. I can't recommend anybody get it because if you run your hand up and down the side, you could slice your hand open. It happened on the finger too, but mostly on that thumb as I rolled my hand up the neck and I just sliced all the way through if I didn't have calluses on my hand, there'd be blood. I'm sure there would be. Those things are razor sharp, so I can't recommend them, so I'm not going to do that video. But let me show you what I did get and what I'm excited for. So these products you're going to see videos for in the future, and I hope you like them. I want you to know before we get started here, let me know down in the comments which ones you're most excited for me to review, because that's what I want to do. I'm going to be using these products, so they might not be like an actual steady full review of them, but at least I'm going to use them and talk about them, and I want to know which ones you want me to try and use first. So first I got these elf pens, which are pretty cool. There is like this saying on them. Is it in focus? Can you see the little sayings that? So every time you click the pen, it gives you a new saying. Right now they are on, I'm a cotton-headed ninny muggins, and bye buddy, hope you find your dad. Now if you know who said, bye buddy, I hope you find your dad, you let me know down in the comments. I'll give you a thumbs up. How about that? You let me know that. But I'm going to use these because sometimes you just use... These are already clicked a little bit. Anyway, sometimes you use regular ballpoint pens to draw with, and that's wonderful, and I want to show that I will do that too. I don't always use ballpoint pens because the ink is a little skippy sometimes, but it does allow you to get a little bit of shading with your pen marks. That's not something that every pen will allow you to do. So if you have like a fine liner, it's hard to get like the shading with it. You can do it with cross hatching and hatching. It's not called cross hatching and hatching. It's hashtagging and hashing, and that's what it's called. But this is just, it's just something else you could use. I've seen a lot of great work done with ballpoint pens. I will try and do something, at least partial. In a partial video, I'll use those. I got a Lamy Vista. Now the Vista is very nice. Lamy pens, I like the Lamy Safari pens. This is a Lamy Safari pen, but it's a demonstrator, so it actually, you can see through it. You open it up, and there's a cartridge in there, which I'm not going to probably use. I'm probably going to put another cartridge in there and use something else. But there is a cartridge in there if you wanted to. It comes with one. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to put my own in there and go ahead and use this. But you will be able to see all of the ink all the way in there. Lamy pens are great. I love them. I have a couple, but the reason that I don't use them all the time is because I put that crap ink in them and they get dried out and they don't work very well. So this one is not getting that ink. I'm going to put some regular ink in. I'll show you some inks that I'm going to use. So that's another one. Let's stick on the same thing with the pens. Then I got a Hongdian pen. I believe this is the Hongdian 1862, I believe is the name of this pen. It doesn't say it on the tin, but I believe that's the one that was on my list. And it's a beautiful like coffee and cream color, which I absolutely love. And this one happens to come with a converter. So Once you open it up, it has the converter inside there. So you pop that out, you fill it with ink, and then you put it back in. Or you can fill it, I usually fill it directly through the tip so it's already through the feed. And you don't have to wait for it to feed through. And then you bring all the ink in, and that's wonderful as well. I really enjoy the Hung Down Forest series pens, and I think this is a part of the Forest series pen because the beige area here, which is not hard. It's like, I mean, it's hard, but it's like it almost feels like a plastic or like a rubberized plastic or something. Not fully rubberized, but a little bit, like a hard rubber. And so it'll be comfortable to hold. I don't hold the pens, or I try not to hold them right down at the edge, because then I end up where I cover it with from you seeing it and you can't see it. Don't worry about that. I like to hold them a little bit further back, so that gives me a little bit more grip back here. And I like it. I think these pens are great. I have a black Forest. I may have one, or I may have a black and a blue Forest. But anyway, I love these pens. They write great, they draw wonderfully, and that's what I use them for. I use them for drawing. This is a limited edition Pentel pocket brush, and I use these all the time. You see them all the time in videos of mine where I will go ahead and I will use it to get like the rough brush strokes on. It comes in this fancy little holder, which I usually end up just throwing away these boxes, or I do something with them. I don't usually keep them. You can put jewelry in them, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, it's a bristle brush. It's a fine tip bristle brush. A very, very fine tip. Let's see if you can see that. See how fine tip that is. Very, very thin. And, of course, by the time I'm using it, it's definitely not. It's all mashed up and looks like crap, whatever. But anyway, usually they come with cartridges. They did. So this is just what I do. They come with cartridges. I pop the end, which you can do that by just pushing down on this little end piece here. You just push down, it pops it open. I drain it, and then I put my own ink in it and pop it back in. You're not supposed to do that with cartridges. You're supposed to use converters. But I don't use the converter for this pen. I use the cartridge because it fits the best. I haven't found a converter that really fits on the ends of these before. So that's what I do. I pop them on the edge, get all the ink out of it, I rinse it out, let it dry, then I put my own ink in it, and then I just pop it back in and I use it that way. That's how I do it. You can use it however you want to do it, but some people like this black ink. I don't. I usually use the P.H. Martin's Bombay India ink, the black, the standard black, not the high carb or any of that other stuff, or the matte, or just the regular black, and it works wonderfully for me. I also got this pen. Now this is like the cartoonist, the Kuretake Zig. I think it's a Zig. Maybe it's not a Zig. It's a Kuretake. I don't read the language. That's not fair. Yes, it's a Zig. So it says Zig up here. Okay, so it's a Kuretake Zig, like cartoonist white. And the ink in here is supposed to be really good white, so I don't know if it is. I'm going to try it out for the first time ever, but I did want to try this. There's a lot of ink in this tube. Let me pull this out for you. Look at the size of that. That's all ink. From there to there is all ink. That's a huge pen. Compared to, like, the pocket brush pen is very tiny. This is a massive pen. This is a massive amount of ink. I'm sure you have to, oh, maybe you don't. I don't know. I'm sure you have to pop the seal somewhere, or I'm going to have ink everywhere. I think you have to pop that little seal out. But yeah, there's a stop on it. So you pop it out, and then you start using, this is a lot of ink. It might as well be a tube of ink in a pen. And it's got a brush tip. So it's got that same nib as the Kuretake, the Pentel pocket brush pen. It uses the same kind of tip. It's the bristles, individual bristles. So, and it's a very fine point. So hopefully that will work out well. I have never used this before. Some people say that it is absolutely wonderful. We're going to find out in another video. I got some more water brushes to try. I've never tried the Arteza version of the water brushes. They do have the little reservoir up there, so I think they'll be okay. I think they're all medium, right? Are they all medium? No, they're different sizes. They're all different sizes. That's a very small. There's like a very fine, a medium, and a large. I've never used any other one other than the Pentel. Well, I've never gotten along with any other one other than the Pentel brushes, the water brushes. I'm going to give these a shot and see if they're good. I think the barrel might be a little bit longer. No, it's the exact same thing. The barrel is not longer. It's the same thing as the regular Pentel ones, but I'm going to try them. We'll see how they go. Inks for the pen. So let's see. I got this one here, which is I think this is the gray. Yeah, this is Hongdian. I've never tried any of their inks before. This is the Hongdian gray ink. And I wanted to try it because I did want to use like a gray pen. Do some gray lines with it, so you get, and then use a black pen with it to get like a mid-tone and then a very very contrasty dark. So but it looks very dark in here. Of course it does. I'm sure it's a lot lighter than this. It should be something like a dark charcoal, but still light enough that you can tell it's not black. And then I got its distant cousin, the Hongdian Burly Wood. I don't know. That's a pretty color. Can you see that? Hold on. Can you see that color in there? That is a beautiful color. Look at that thing. That's just a very pretty color there. So hopefully it will work out wonderfully. It looks very light on the thing. I know that that's wrong. That's not right. This is a very beautiful color. I'm going to try and use that right away. And it might look, it's very similar. To me, it looks very similar to this Iroshuzuku. You know what the word is. You know the word. It's it's pilot is what it is. The pilot. Anyway, it's the Yuyaki. And this one, I love this color. It's one of my favorite color inks that I've ever used. And this looks very similar to it, but I do want to compare them. So I might put them side by side. We'll see how that goes. This one's not new. I've had this one for a long time. I've used this several times. Some watercolor. I finally... It's taken a very long time. The Kuretake granulating set. When I first heard about this, I could not find them in stock anywhere. They were nowhere to be found. Here they are. I'm going to try them. So hopefully they are everything that I want them to be. And they do come with the extra pan here. In my opinion, this pan is not for mixing. They say it is. Well, not here they don't. They say it comes with one empty pan, but... I don't know if it was on the website or in they said somewhere or on Amazon or something. It's like, oh, an empty pan for mixing. It's not for mixing. It's so that you use these colors and then you find a color that is not one of these colors that you want to add to it and you put it in there. Now you have a 6-pan set with a color that you want that you think is missing. More companies should do that. Now I know that that's not what everybody else wants to do, but I'm telling you, if it comes with like 12 pans, make 11 of them the colors that you want to send with the set. Leave an empty pan for a color that I choose that I think might be missing from the set. Because more often than not, I think there's a color missing that's not represented in the set, and I take one out anyway and put my own in. So just give me an extra pan or two, or give me the full 12 pans in there like a normal set, and then give me the extra pan in the package that I can make my own and swap it out if I want to. But I think they're onto something there. That's what I love these giant pans. I absolutely love them. You could fit any size brush in there, and someone told me that the reason they do that is because they have those giant quill brushes when they do the different calligraphy art and either the Chinese art or they do some Japanese art or something. Very similar, not very similar art styles, but very similar brushes that they use. So, oh, maybe it's similar art styles. I really don't know that much about it, but I do know that it fits their brushes, and that's why they're so big. That was a good point. Whoever said that, I didn't come up with that. I had no idea about it. Someone mentioned it here on a comment. It's the truth. Okay, so this next set is a mystery to me. It's a global, global brand, and they're called 6 Colors of Bluish Silver. So they have a cool silver, a dark silver, a pewter silver, a pure silver, a warm silver, and a light silver. And they're watercolor paints. This was not on my list. What I think happened is I had a metallic set on my list. Probably the listing ran out. They ran out of those. And you know, if they have several choices and they run out of one, just the next one comes up on that listing. So I think someone bought them off there. They're still very interesting to me. I would like to try and use them somewhere and see if they're in the big Kuretake pans. So I'm very happy about that. We'll see how they go. And I got 2 sketchbooks, which is wonderful. One of them was the Beta Series Stillman and Birn book. You already know, don't listen to me. I enjoy the Stillman and Birn books. The Beta is A little bit better than the Zeta as far as putting water on it, but still it's the same thing. It's put a swipe of water down, watercolor down, let it dry, and then if you want to put another layer on, you put it on top of the dry layer. You don't mix too many layers because it'll start to pill up on you and pull up. But I enjoy the paper. It's a great texture. It's not too rough. Let me pull this off of here. It's not too rough. It's not too smooth. It's like a middle ground, almost like a mix. It's a mixed media paper, so mixed media. And the thing about these is, I don't know if you heard that, but as you open these, you have to flex every page. So there's like a little crack with every page that you open up, and but they lay flat then. So that's wonderful. And they of course, they're stitched up, and they have little signatures and stuff, but they lay flat, so that's good. The thing I like about the I know this is going to be weird. I enjoy sketchbooks that don't have like 100 pages in it. Because this has 26 pages, it looks like. It's 270 GSM, which is very heavyweight. So it's a soft book. It's a soft cover book. However, if I was going to use that Craft Geek tripod easel, it would sit on there and it wouldn't flex because it would have the 3 supports and the one in the middle, so it wouldn't flex down. And these are extremely, like, you can hear that. That's heavyweight paper there. So I'll be using this from time to time. And then I got it. The one I told you I was waiting for. This from Leather Village. I think this, yeah, that's leather. That's real leather, but it's from like someone who doesn't usually use leather. I don't know. It's real leather. Beautiful book, beautiful design on the front. It's all, oh my goodness, I can't believe. So anyway, these pages here are the Leather Village paper. They will start to, I'm sure I'm going to, they're not perfect. So they have the deckled edge. That's the thing I loved about it. It's got the deckled edge all the way around, and it's just absolutely beautiful. It's going to, and they have signatures. So they'll have like the signature is there, have a couple of pages sewn together, and then you have a break. And then you have the next one. And these are supposed to be put together by hand. I don't know the whole story behind them, but they are absolutely wonderful. They have this like leather bound here. Very interesting and unique. I think it looks very, I think it looks interesting. So I'm going to enjoy using this. You'll see this from time to time. I'm going to make it like a tome of who knows what. But anyway, I think it just inspires me to create. And that's the most important thing about any art product, is that it inspires you to create something. Hopefully, well, let me know. Let me know. Hopefully you enjoy these. But let me know down below which one you want me to see. Which one do you want to see first? Which one do you want me to see? I can see all of them. They're right here. Which one do you want to see highlighted on the show first? And I'll just review it and do some, well, even if it's not a technical review, I will at least do some art in it and give you my opinions of it. That leather just is amazing. Anyway, so I know this was a quick video. I have been doing a lot of things during this holiday season. I returned that second camera already. It's already out of here. It just didn't do anything. I recorded 2 videos for it, which you will see, with it, not for it, with it, that you will see, but it just, on the dark gray desk, there was just noise. Do you know what noise is? Noise is when you like see like a fuzzy film thing. It's not what I'm looking for a clear art picture of what's happening. So it went back. I have to get something different. Don't worry about that. I'm not asking for anything from you. You have done enough. Let me do some work for a little while, and we'll see how that goes. I need to do some work for a change around here. Okay, so just as an extra little bonus here at the end, a lot of people don't like the videos when they don't have a drawing in them, but I have a little bonus for you here. Here are some outtakes from some previous videos that I've had. I'm not saying that I curse in them, but I have bleeped out the curses as I've cursed in them, because there's especially the last one. That's the one that I couldn't hold it back. It was just, I had no idea what just happened. Don't worry, there's no cursing on this channel, even though I deserve it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play these little bloopers and clips of things that I've kept because I thought they were funny. And I'm going to show them to you now. So let's take a look at that. Okay, I know that there are some of you who will not watch a video unless there's a drawing in it. Inuit? It's the same thing. Okay, I'm going to read the countries here. You got the US, Canada, UK, any European countries, Japan, Australia. Did I say Japan? You know what I mean. Japan. Okay, let me read these to you. So there's the US, California. California, holy crap. And that's it. Just be in the countries. The US, Canada, UK, European countries, Japan, Australia, and main Southeast Asian companies. Companies. Do you live in a company? I don't. I live in a country. So that's where it goes. Most of the time you can't. So I was like, oh, there's got to be a solution for this. So someone introduced me to toned paper. No. So someone introduced me to sand. Oh, son of a. So someone introduced me to sanded paper.
No, we're not. Oh, we're at the wrong school. Oh yeah, we have the rock halfway done.
Oh, it's in the shot. That's got to be up there. Don't pay any attention. Don't worry about that. Just work. You know, they if you say phthalo green blue shade or phthalo, no, that's not right. If you say phthalo green, some people, they just get angry because I'm showing you paint, then you go buy that paint, and then I show you something else. You're like, oh, I want that too, and then you don't have enough money to afford it. What the fuck was that? Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was enjoyable for you. I hope that you're happy that I was able to show them to you in this video, because I normally have to cut them out of the videos because of these people popping up on the screen right here. They told me they're censors. They told me, no, I'm sorry, we have to cut that out. You can't have that in the video. And so we've removed it, but they're still wonderful. They walk me through it. They tell me exactly where to start, where to end. It's a great relationship. So thumb up the video if you have had a wonderful holiday season. Thank you so much for contributing to the channel for last year. This year is going to be amazing because of you, not because of me. It's all on you. You are the ones who get all the credit for everything that happens here that's good. I take the credit for everything that's bad. That's how we do things here. So, alright. If you would like to join our community, go to illustrationsbypete.com. You can come in, you can put your own artwork on the site and promote it. You can find some inspiration in the free reference photos. You can just use them however you want in your artwork. You do not need to credit me. Or you can come into the forums and talk to some people and maybe give some advice and maybe find a little bit of information that helps you. So come check us out. Alright, that's about it for me. I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.